Hello and welcome to today's video, which is a use it or lose it, my recap for March. Again, it's up a little bit later than I would like it to be, but I did want to get up my Sephora haul first. If this is your first time watching one of these videos, this is basically my way of keeping myself accountable for empties, and it's a goal that I've given myself this year. So every month I have given myself the goal of using up 15 items or more. If I do more, that's great. I will include it in the same recap. However, if I don't use up 15 items, then I have to make up that number by decluttering items. No decluttering this month. I think I used up exactly 15, so I'm looking forward to going over those products with you. If you want to see the other recaps that I've done for January and February, I will have those videos linked down below. And if you enjoyed this video while you're watching, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm going to go through, I kind of like to break them down into categories, and I will count as I'm doing so. I counted exactly 15 items, and I'm going to start with makeup because I only have one item. This has been almost empty in my drawer for quite some time now. I didn't really want to use up the last bit of it because Morphe's are cruelty-free status. They are in the gray area, so I would not repurchase this. However, I do love it. I don't really know anything else that sprays on quite as fine as this one does, and I also really like it to just dampen my brushes before I use shimmer shadows or anything that I would like to bring out the intensity of. If you know of anything like this, a dupe, do let me know because I would love to replace it with something similar. There's some items here that I have talked about time and time again, including the shampoo, getting into hair care. If I go over something too quickly or you have more questions, ask away in the comments and I will be happy to answer them. But this shampoo I have talked about at least 10 times. I love this stuff and so does my husband. This is the Briogeo Be Gentle, Be Kind Matcha and Apple Replenishing Shampoo. I love both the shampoo and conditioner because it does a really good job at cleansing my hair and my scalp without making it feel stripped. And then the conditioner isn't too heavy. And I go through it really fast because my husband also likes to use this shampoo. Despite the fact that I bought him shampoos for his scalp and his own needs, but he loves the smell of this one so much, I turn around and it's empty. I don't mind. I'm happy he enjoys it too. So I have this one that is completely empty, and then the conditioner that I bought at the same time because he doesn't use that is still up to here. So I just replaced it with another shampoo. I will say I've tried the banana one. That one was too heavy for my hair. But they do also have a mango one that is made for an oily scalp, and I do think I want to check out that one at some point, especially because we just got it at our store, at Ulta, if you haven't watched me before. I kind of always forget that I could have somebody new watching my channel, but I do work for Ulta and I am a skin therapist there. And as you may guess, it is a struggle to not buy something every day that I'm working. I really love this. This is from Way. It's the texturizing hairspray. I'm not going to purchase this right now, and the only reason is because, as I said, I'm a skin therapist and I try to remain scent neutral. This has a very strong scent to it. And while I do love it, it is the same scent that's back here. It's the Melrose Place. I don't want the fragrance to bother anyone. It's very floral and it's pretty strong, but especially for a styling product. I like the texture that it gives to my hair, but I can find that in something else. And especially the hairsprays that I have right now, I think are doing the job too. So maybe eventually I will grab this again, but not right now. And this is a hairspray that I love. When I worked for Aveda and when I left Aveda, I grabbed, I think like 4 or 5 each of both the Air Control and the Control Force. Air Control is the lighter of the two hairsprays, and this one really does just give some texture and body to the hair. And then Control Force is the firm holding one, and you only need a little bit of that one. And I think I have 2 left of the Control Force. I'm just finally running through my back stocks of these, and this was my last Air Control. I don't need it again, just like the other one. I want to use up some more of that Control Force, and I have another random hair hairspray that I need to use up before grabbing this, but I love this. This is a fan favorite for Aveda. If you're not too familiar with the brand, gives a light hold, a little bit of texture and body, as I said, but the fragrance in this is so nice. It's really light, but it's a little bit spicy. It's very unique to Aveda. One of my favorites as well. I have 2 oral care items. One of these is a refill pack from Hello. This is a mouthwash. This is the naturally healthy version. It's natural mint with aloe vera and coconut oil. I quite like this mouthwash. I get it at Ulta. It's an easy thing for me to grab when I'm leaving work and I know we need it. But I did recently discover on Amazon, they have these huge refill packs. I can't remember the exact price. I just remember that there was 2 of them. And this has lasted us longer without having to go back and get the individual bottles. I think this one was the last of the 2, so I have to go on and grab these again, and I will be. And then the second item here is from Burst. These are whitening strips. This company, my sister is an ambassador for, and she is a dental hygienist. I believe you can only be an ambassador for them if you are a dental professional. It's not like an influencer-led brand, which is really cool. I've been using these for a while. I've just missed them in videos, either just from missing old empties videos. I've never talked about these yet, but I think I want to say since the fall around that time is when I first tried them through her. And then shortly after I did a subscription. I want to say it's like every 6 weeks or maybe every 2 months that I get them. But there's 14 that come in here. Or 7 actually, 7 total, 7 for the upper and 7 for the lower. So they last me a while, but what I like is that they've never made me sensitive. Sometimes I can get a little sensitive in the gum area, and that hasn't happened with these. I'm not the most diligent at using teeth whitening strips. I will say, however, that every time that I film, I do use them right before. It's an easy way for me to remember, but in between that, I do forget to use them. But I really enjoy these, and I encourage looking into them if you too tend to get sensitive with more like traditional ones on the market. I have 2 skincare items, and then the rest is all body care. One of these I really loved, and then the other one not so much. Let's talk about the pharmacy first. This is the Feeling Good Hyaluronic Acid Plumping Serum. I love this. I already bought another one. It's already opened. I just really like the texture of this serum. It's my favorite hyaluronic acid that I've tried so far. And I like that it layers well with other things. Speaking of, I also really enjoy the Honey Halo, the Ceramide Moisturizer. That was in my last Use It or Lose It, and I've also repurchased a backup of that one, and I have another one open. So very much enjoy this part of the pharmacy line. And then the other skincare item that I didn't love so much, this is from Youth to the People. It's the Super Berry Dream Cleansing Balm. I purchased this in December along with the Pharmacy Clearly Cleansing Balm. I picked them up both during the Sephora sale, and it took me a while to get through them. I'm working through the other one now, but this one I did finally use up. I am really picky when it comes to cleansing balms. Not only do I expect them to get rid of my makeup, I also am picky when it comes to the texture and the way they feel, and if they leave any residue on my skin. I also try to avoid the ingredient polyethylene in cleansing balms, and it's in a lot of them. So I was excited when this one came out and it wasn't there. The scent of it is also nice, and I do think it is effective at removing makeup. I just didn't love the texture. It feels a little bit gritty on the skin, and that didn't feel great around my eye area. And then on top of that, I also just feel like it leaves a residue. There is no milkiness that happens once I add water. Even when going in with a second cleanser, I do think it's just hard to remove all the way, so I would not repurchase this one. And then getting into body care, these are wipes from Trader Joe's. These are face and body wipes, and they are cucumber and citrus scented. It is heavily scented, even though it says right there, lightly scented. I would not use these on my face or in any intimate areas just because I think that they would be too much. But for body wipes, I would use these just if I didn't have time to take a shower and just got a little sweaty or something, like under boob sweat, and I needed to feel refreshed. That's when these come in handy. I think this whole pack lasted me a season. I really don't reach for them too often, but I have purchased them again. And then I have one of these in my last use or lose it. There will probably be one in every single one. We have cucumber melon currently open, and then this one is eucalyptus and mint. I like the eucalyptus body wash from Native the most, I think, out of any of them that I've tried. It's just super refreshing, especially after the gym. Side note, I'm going to get some eucalyptus and put it in my shower because I forget how much I like that scent. Let me know if you do that at home. But all the body washes from Native that I've tried so far pretty much feel the same on the skin. They are more of a gel. They're not creamy, but that being said, I don't feel like it dries out my skin. I really like the formula and then just changing up the scents every time. I recently realized that I only have one deodorant left, so I went ahead and did a 3-pack bundle of those because there's a savings. And then while I was there, I picked out some body wash too. So I don't need any body wash for a while. This was a gift from a friend. She was getting rid of some things that she just didn't think she would go through. So this is J.R. Watkins Bath Elixir, and this was pink peppercorn, guarana, and chamomile extracts. I think I said that right. It is the Love fragrance. This was nice. It made some bubbles in the bath. I don't know that I would repurchase just because I always am trying new things for the bath. The only thing I'm super loyal to is the Dr. Teal's Eucalyptus again. I guess that's one of my favorite fragrances. But this was nice, and I did enjoy using it up. I don't know anything else about this brand. I really haven't tried much from it. Next from Hempz is one of their body moisturizers. These make it into probably every other empties. They do take some time to go through. I always say every time that all the consistencies for these are pretty much the same, and they are all more lotion. I need like a body butter or an oil to actually feel super hydrated. When I use something like this that is just a lotion, typically I feel dry later on and I can get a little bit flaky, especially on my legs where I am very dry. But I do like to use lotions in the morning when I'm just trying to do something quick and I don't have time to sit and work it into my skin, especially if it's not damp after a shower. It does take longer. I like to try different fragrances of these, different scents every time. I did say in a video, and I think it was in a summer faves, that I love this scent. And it was Star Jasmine and Vanilla. And I said in that video that it would probably be discontinued because I loved it so much. And it was. Of course, like I noticed right afterwards, I had gone on to the Hempz website and it wasn't on there. And I emailed them and asked them, and they said it was exclusive to Ulta. Also, the price of it was lower than all the other ones that were this size. So I had a feeling it would eventually go. It did, and I never even had a chance to stock up on it. I think they just ran out naturally and we never got more in. So sadly, this was the last of it, and I did take some time with it to actually use it up. I currently have one from them that's almost empty that's going to be in next month's Use It or Lose It, and that is the Candy Cane Peppermint one. I have the scrub for it right here. Well, no, I have the scrub that I bought at the same time right here, but I do have another one of these in backstock, and I think it is the Spun Sugar and Vanilla, and I will be opening that one next time. Since I just mentioned it, I did get confused. This is from Tree Hut, not Hempz, and this is the Candy Cane Scrub. This is highly sought after. Like, I feel like we got a few of them in at Ulta, and I got one of them, and then we didn't see them again till like the week of Christmas, and everybody was calling and asking for this scrub. I did really like it. I like the fragrance. I will say, like, once like February came, I was getting a little sick of it, but it was easy to use it up. I do really like Tree Hut scrubs, and I particularly like the price point of them. I think I have the next one I have to open is the coffee one that smells delicious. I've used that one before. They're fairly cheap and effective, and they're always on sale. And then the last two things, I'll talk about these together. This is what I use on my tattoos, the Hustle Butter brand. I discovered this a while ago. I want to say it was like 2016, 2017. And I only remember that because I got a tattoo of my dog right before we got married. But traditional things that are recommended to use on tattoos, a lot of unscented soaps that you can just grab from the drugstore or grocery store. And then also Aquaphor. Those things are not cruelty free, but this brand is, and that's why I sought them out. I love them. I've been using them ever since. And also now Ulta carries them, and I want to say probably for the last 2 years. So they've had the brand for a while. The butter is so nice. And what I like about it too is that they do have natural butters in this. So mango butter is one of them. So it has a little bit of a scent. It is naturally occurring, but it smells delicious. And then I also like too that I can use this on areas that are just chapped, even when I don't have a fresh tattoo. I've totally taken this out and put it on my elbows, my knees, or even on my heels before. And the texture is just like one of those like thick balms that tends to be great in those areas. So I love this. And then the Hustle Bubbles is the companion soap that goes with it that you can use to wash your tattoos. And this is antimicrobial foam soap. I feel like I cannot talk today. I do not know what it is. Sometimes I use this, and then sometimes I will use the unscented Dr. Bronner's. It just depends on what I have at the time of getting tattooed, but usually I will just pick up one of these from work, and then this lasts me forever. If you get tattoos or you just want something that feels good on chapped skin, it's great stuff. And that's it for my use it or lose it items for March. I'm working on my basket for April and it's getting pretty full. A piece of advice if you want to do something similar to this is I keep a basket on my bathroom counter of things that are almost empty, so it reminds me to use them. I have a mist in there right now that's from Sol de Janeiro. It has this much left in it, and if I haven't done that, or if I hadn't done that, I would probably completely forget about it if it was just stored underneath my counter. So it helps me visualize things that I can actually use up. So just a little tip if you are wanting to do something similar. If you have any thoughts on the products that I talked about today, I would love to hear them. If you would like to see me and more of my remarks, please subscribe if you haven't already. And if you would like to follow me on other platforms, I'm Kayla Remarks on Instagram, Twitter, as well as TikTok, which I'm hoping to come back to soon. I've gotten a little lazy with TikTok, but eventually I'll get there. I hope you all have a great day. I thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you soon.